Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Planet Love Times. If you haven't already, please check out my book, How to Attract Your Cosmic Love Partner. There's 5 easy steps to follow along, and it's gonna infuse your life with so much more love for yourself, for the planet, for the world, and that will ultimately be the thing that helps you attract your cosmic love partner. But today, I wanna talk about how to get a guy to commit. And this is what worked for me. So 3 things that I think make this happen, and it's not what you think it is. Number 1, know your value. Oftentimes, women enter relationships or are walking around wanting the guy to determine their value. Am I good enough to be in a relationship with him? Does he like me enough to want to be my boyfriend? Will he ask me? And we sell ourselves short. We put ourselves in this hierarchical stage of the guy is up here and the woman's down here, and we are pleading or begging or wanting and desiring, to be chosen. But that's actually not really, that's continuing to look outside ourselves, and we're not really recognizing and being grounded in what our value is. And what does it mean to know your value? Well, for me, when I first started on my love journey, I took a look at the type of relationships that I had had in my past, the type of men that I had attracted. And, of course it's varied, but there was definitely this common theme of men that just sort of took advantage of me, that used and abused me. And when I really self-reflected on that, I recognized the glaring fact that I didn't actually value myself. If I had valued myself, would I let these men treat me that way? I don't think so. And so I set out on a mission to deeply value myself and to just understand, recognize, who am I? What do I bring to a relationship? What makes me special and unique? And what makes me a great catch, And by doing that, by getting really clear on the value that I bring just by being myself, I really came to the conclusion that the person I end up with is going to be the luckiest man alive because they get to be with me. And I am such a beam of love. I have so much love to give. I, pour so much love out. So whoever that person is, they're going to be so lucky. And I want you to feel that way about anyone that you meet. There can be they can all be the luckiest men alive. It's not just my husband. All your partners that you're meant to be with are the luckiest person alive because they get to be with you. So really define, know your value. And then when you are grounded and solid in that, you have no problem saying no to people that don't stand up to your standards, or that take advantage of you, or that just don't honor and recognize who you intrinsically are. So it helps you create boundaries. It helps you create standards of what you will and will not allow or tolerate in relationship when you know your own value. So that's number 1. Number 2 is say what you want. I feel like there's a lot of, I don't want to, scare him away, or, maybe I should wait for a few days to respond because I don't want him to think this or that. Honestly, in my opinion, games are for the field or for the board games, but in a cosmic love relationship, if you're looking for a long-term committed relationship, why waste anybody's time? Just say it up front. And, sure, maybe not your first date. That might scare them away. But the thing about saying what you want is that you make it about yourself. You don't make it about the other person. If you're dating someone, you find somebody that you like and you want to spend more time with them, you want to see where things go, don't be like, I really like you and I'd love to spend more time with you. Make it about you. be like, you know what, like, I've really enjoyed spending time with you, but I'm personally at a point in my life where I feel really ready for a long-term committed relationship, or I'm really ready and desiring marriage in my near future. So if that's not where you're at and what you want, then I think we need to go our separate ways. So, use your own language, of course, but something along those lines. You just need to be upfront and honest with where you are and what you want. And if it scares them off, then they're not the right person for you. So, on the second night that Andre and I were living together, we were roommates, and he kissed me on that second night. And I let him kiss me, but then I stopped him and I said, what are we doing? Because I just signed a 6-month lease, and I said that very same thing. I said, I'm at a point in my life where I want a long-term committed relationship. And if you don't, that's totally fine. I think we're good enough friends. We can laugh this off. But, if that's not in alignment with what you want, then I'm going to go back to my room and, I'll see you in the morning. We'll just laugh this off. But that really opened a dialogue, and we ended up talking about, where are you in your life, and are you ready for a relationship? How long have you been single? And is all the stuff that I think traditionally we're told to not talk about in first dates or, in the beginning of relationships. We just talked about it all, and we were so open and honest with each other. And honestly, like, if you're going to marry somebody, you have to be honest about everything. You have to share your deepest, darkest secrets and your most vulnerable aspects and sides of you. So why not just rip the Band-Aid off and be open, be vulnerable, risk the outcome, but because you're doing what you feel like is right for you. And number 3 is be yourself. Just be yourself. Like, quirks, no makeup, whatever, but show up as yourself. Show this person, if you're really into them, who you are from the inside out, not trying to mold yourself to be a certain anything. I think Andre and I were lucky because we met as we're going to be roommates, and we moved in to an apartment together. I didn't have an opportunity to like put on airs or be anyone other than myself. He saw me in my PJs day one and no makeup day one. So there was definitely no pressure to try to impress him, even though I moved in with a total crush on him already. So another story. But if you are spending time trying to be somebody that you're not, let's say that you are really goofy and silly and have like a playful sense of humor, but in the past, maybe a partner was embarrassed by that or thought that you were weird for your goofiness. And you end up trying to mask that or hide that with some sort of air of like seriousness, and you want people to take you seriously, and you kind of like squash your goofiness, you're going to attract the wrong person. You want to attract somebody that is like you and is the same energetic signature as you. And so the only way to do that is to be yourself. So just to recap, the 3 things that I feel like made my husband commit to me or want to be with me, and what I think would help you is 1, know your value, 2, say what you want, and 3, we got to know what you want to say what you want. So those go hand in hand. But then 3, be yourself. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, and I wish you all the best on your cosmic love journey.